Hello and welcome to the Mohit Show, General News. May 11th, 2021. I will be covering a few notable stories of the day. First, there have been some concerning effects of the lockdown on children, detailed in this article from Collateral Global. First, the number of children with diagnosable mental health problems rose from 1 in 9 to 1 in 6 in 2020. Reports of physical abuse rose 43% in some areas. It has also been noted in recent studies that COVID-19 transmission within schools is rare and that the risk teachers face is no greater than in other professions. Children cannot grow up isolated. Interpersonal connection is not a nice thing for children to have. It is crucial for their development. Next, from Business Insider. It seems that a crucial factor in the divorce of Bill and Melinda Gates was the meeting that Bill had with Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein was murdered in prison, he did not kill himself, after it was found that the man was running a massive child sex ring with elites around the world participating and coming to his pedophile island. Bill Gates may be involved in child sex. In Myanmar, from the Straits Times, a poet who wrote against the current violent military coup dies in detention. The brutal military junta returned the body with organs removed. Myanmar citizens do not have the right to bear arms and were consequently forced to have their children killed on their laps as they cannot do anything. At least the citizens of Vietnam, Afghanistan, and several other countries were able to form some type of guerrilla resistance and survive going forward. Without this fundamental right, the citizens of Myanmar now have virtually no hope and will likely suffer until they're dead or silenced. In some good news, from the Los Angeles Times, German Catholics are disobeying the fundamental principles of their religion by disobeying the Vatican and blessing same-sex unions. While they may be free to do this as good people, this goes in direct conflict with the definition of Catholic. From Unilad, it has been noted that the levels of radiation coming off the Chernobyl nuclear reactor have increased. We do not currently know exactly why. In New Zealand, from the ABC, there has been a supermarket mass stabbing. 4 people have been sent to the hospital. Stab wounds are more deadly than gunshot wounds. New Zealand has extremely restrictive gun control, but instead has tens of thousands of stabbings each year, despite being a small country. Just goes to show that removing guns doesn't stop the problem. Next, from the Western Journal, it appears that CBS is deliberately misleading polling to make propaganda for the president they support. They released a poll claiming that 85% of Americans approve of Biden's speech. However, only 18% of the participants in the poll were even Republican. It seems that numbers do not actually matter anymore for the mainstream media. In a terrifying authoritarian push, from the New York Post, the University of Massachusetts suspended students who took a group photo while temporarily removing their masks when they were not even on school property. How much control will they justify? From CNN, US-Iran tensions are rising as a Coast Guard ship fired around 30 warning shots on Iranian vessels. In concerning news, several US security... One second. Okay. In concerning news, several US security officials and veterans are demanding the resignation of Biden's pick for CIA chief, William Burns. They are requesting this due to Burns being significantly compromised by Chinese connections. This man took funds from the Chinese government and now he is in control of the world's most feared intelligence agency. From Reuters, Taiwan is still fighting for their ability to be represented in the World Health Organization. Despite having one of the best responses to the coronavirus, Taiwan is being blocked from membership and a lot of international support due to the harassment of the Chinese government. Next, from Business Insider, 7 of Apple's suppliers in China have been found to use forced labor, including the Uyghur ethnic minority, which is currently a victim of genocide. Instead of having any human decency or respect, from the Bangkok Post, the Chinese government is demanding the UN does not even mention genocide happening in the Xinjiang region, and they're demanding a cancellation of the UN meeting on Uyghurs. From the New York Post, more and more evidence is being gathered pointing to a possible lab leak of the coronavirus. In connection to this, from the Federalist, Dr. Anthony Fauci has committed perjury by denying he had funded research into bat-based coronaviruses in the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is within walking distance from the meat market where the virus was first noted. There is evidence of these transactions. Now the doctor is facing criticism for his false denial. In more concerning news, the CDC is changing the rules for coronavirus testing by making it less sensitive for those who have already taken the vaccine. This will increase the numerical effectiveness of the vaccine, however, it will simply hide the true numbers from the public. From the Washington Times, there has been a cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline. This has resulted in a gasoline shortage across the southeastern United States. Since gasoline is needed for a lot of applications, this will likely affect lots of aspects of the economy. For our final story today, we have the conflict between Israel and Hamas terrorists. Here's a video of some of the hundreds of missiles launched on the city of Ashkelon, Israel. 2 died in this attack, according to the Jerusalem Post. Thankfully, Israel has a very good missile defense system. In response, Israel launched more missiles back and killed jihadi rocket commanders along with dozens of civilians. This is now causing an increasing scale of conflict between the entities. Hundreds of missiles are being launched back and forth. As I am currently recording this, from the DPA International, there are hundreds of rockets being fired all across central Israel and Tel Aviv. I would recommend keeping up with this situation as it evolves. My sources are linked below. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more news.